Drone technology has revolutionized various industries, providing an incredible opportunity for aerial photography, exploration, and research. Nonetheless, when operating our drones in areas where wildlife lives, it is essential that we as drone pilots exercise acute awareness and take full responsibility for every mission we fly. Understanding and respecting the natural habitats and behaviors of all wildlife is crucial to minimize disturbance and potential harm. Inside this edition of Drone Business Strategy magazine, we will delve into the significance of drone pilot awareness in wildlife areas and discuss practical guidelines for responsible drone operation. Our magnificent flying machines have the potential to disrupt and distress wildlife when flown too closely or at low altitudes. Such disturbances can lead to animals perceiving drones as threats, resulting in negative consequences like fleeing, abandoning nests or young, and disrupting feeding patterns. As competent drone pilots, it is our responsibility to prioritize the welfare of wildlife and minimize our impact. To strike a balance between enjoying the benefits of aerial photography and exploration while respecting the natural world, we as drone pilots must constantly be aware of our surroundings and be considerate to wildlife habitats and animal behaviors. Sustaining this level of situational awareness allows us to prevent disturbance, show respect for their natural habitats, and contribute to the preservation of biodiversification. Practicing prudent drone flight activities involves adhering to strategies that minimize disruption to wildlife. During sensitive periods such as nesting or breeding seasons, it is vital to avoid these areas entirely. Additionally, maintaining a safe distance and flying at a higher altitude can help minimize disturbance. By recognizing signs of stress or behavioral changes in wildlife, we can modify our flight plans accordingly, prioritizing their well-being over capturing desired images or footage. As responsible drone pilots, it is our duty to minimize our impact and prioritize the welfare of animals. By embracing the incredible capabilities of drones and operating them responsibly, we forge a harmonious coexistence with wildlife and contribute to the long-term conservation of their habitats. Our awareness of environmental responsibilities enables us to protect the natural world for present and future generations, ensuring a sustainable and respectful relationship between humans and wildlife. During specific times of the year, many wildlife species enter nesting and breeding seasons that are crucial for their survival and population growth. These periods are particularly sensitive as animals engage in vital activities like nest building, egg incubation, and rearing their young. Sadly, flying drones near these nesting sites or breeding grounds can have devastating consequences, including the abandonment of nests, destruction of eggs, or separation of parents and offspring. To ensure the continued success and reproductive health of wildlife populations, it is paramount to avoid these areas during such sensitive periods. By respecting their habitats and refraining from interference, we make significant contributions to the preservation of biodiversity. By keeping a respectful distance from nesting or breeding grounds, we as drone pilots allow animals to carry out their essential tasks undisturbed, guaranteeing the survival of their species and maintaining the ecological equilibrium within their habitats. By adhering to the principles of avoidance and acknowledging the importance of nesting and breeding seasons, each of us as drone pilots actively play a role in conserving wildlife populations. This approach demonstrates our deep commitment to safeguarding vulnerable stages of animal life cycles and promotes the long-term well-being of the natural world. By always respecting the needs of wildlife during these critical periods, we uphold the delicate balance of our ecosystems and contribute to the overall health and resilience of our planet. The presence of drones can have a significant impact on the behavior of animals, often leading to abnormal responses. Animals may become agitated, showing signs of stress or anxiety, and they may alter their natural patterns of movement. These behavioral changes can disrupt life-sustaining activities such as foraging, migration, or social interactions within their communities. It is our responsibility as drone pilots to remain aware of these potential effects and to take measures that minimize our impact on wildlife. By maintaining a deep understanding of wildlife behavior, we as drone pilots can adjust our flight plans and operations to minimize disturbance. This allows animals to behave naturally, undisturbed by the presence of drones, and fosters a harmonious relationship between humans and wildlife. Awareness of wildlife behavior is paramount to promoting responsible drone operation. By recognizing the signs of stress or agitation in animals, we as drone pilots can make informed decisions to minimize our presence and to always maintain a safe distance. This proactive approach ensures that our drones do not disrupt important activities essential for the well-being and survival of wildlife populations. Creating an environment where animals can behave naturally despite the presence of drones is crucial for their overall welfare and conservation. By prioritizing wildlife welfare and minimizing disturbance, we as responsible drone pilots contribute to the preservation of biodiversity and enable both humans and wildlife to thrive in their respective habitats. Operating our drones in wildlife areas comes with inherent physical hazards due to the diverse terrains and vegetation present. We must maintain constant awareness of our surroundings to avoid collisions with trees, rocks, and other obstacles. Such collisions not only endanger the drone itself, but also pose a threat to wildlife if the drone were to fall or crash into their habitats. Responsible drone operation requires cautious navigation and prioritizing the safety of both our unmanned aircraft and the natural environment. A drone falling or crashing into animal habitats could endanger their lives and severely disrupt their ecosystems. Consequently, responsible drone operation necessitates careful navigation and a dedication to safeguarding both the drone and the natural environment. By maintaining awareness of the physical hazards and taking appropriate precautions, we as drone pilots can ensure the safety of our aircraft while minimizing risks to wildlife. This entails maintaining a safe distance from potential obstacles, meticulously planning flight routes, and being prepared to respond to unforeseen circumstances. Operating our drones in areas where wildlife resides requires a thorough understanding of the legal and ethical considerations surrounding wildlife protection. Governments around the world have established laws and regulations aimed at protecting wildlife and their habitats. Violating these regulations, such as flying drones in prohibited areas or disturbing wildlife, can have devastating consequences, including fines, legal penalties, and the potential loss of drone flying privileges. As responsible drone pilots, it is our duty to familiarize ourselves with and adhere to these laws to ensure the well-being of both wildlife and the environment. This entails understanding the restricted areas where drone flights are prohibited and following specific guidelines to prevent disturbances to wildlife. By operating within the parameters of the law, we actively contribute to the preservation of delicate ecosystems. By adhering to legal and ethical considerations, we as drone pilots play a vital role in conserving fragile habitats and protecting wildlife populations. Respecting these laws helps maintain the delicate balance of nature and promotes the long-term sustainability of wildlife. It is a collective responsibility to ensure that our drone operations align with ethical practices, reflecting our pledge to the protection and conservation of our natural environment. Upholding legal and ethical standards not only helps drone pilots avoid illegal consequences, but also contributes to the sustainability and preservation of wildlife habitats. This responsible approach fosters a harmonious balance between human activities and wildlife, ensuring that future generations can continue to appreciate the beauty and diversity of our natural world. To ensure responsible drone operation in areas where wildlife resides, we as drone pilots should adhere to the following precepts. Research and familiarize ourselves with local regulations and restrictions regarding drone use in wildlife areas. Avoid flying drones in designated protected areas or locations known to be frequented by wildlife, particularly during sensitive periods such as breeding or nesting seasons. Maintain a safe and respectful distance from wildlife. Utilize zoom capabilities or telephoto lenses rather than flying too close to capture desired images or footage. Whenever possible, fly at higher altitudes to minimize noise and disturbance to animals in their natural habitats. Be attentive to signs of stress or disturbance in wildlife and adjust our flight plans accordingly. Prioritize their well-being ahead of capturing a particular shot. Plan our flights during times when wildlife activity is minimal to reduce the impact on their natural behavior. Avoid peak feeding times or crucial phases of their daily routines. If wildlife reacts to the presence of our drone by displaying signs of stress or fleeing, land the aircraft immediately and retreat to avoid causing further disturbance. Respect their space and allow them to resume their natural activities without disruption. By prioritizing wildlife welfare and exercising responsible drone operation, we can enjoy the abundant benefits of aerial photography and exploration while minimizing our impact on the natural world. Drone pilot awareness in areas where wildlife resides is crucial to avoid disturbance, to respect their habitats, and contribute to the preservation of biodiversity. Let us embrace the incredible capabilities of unmanned aviation while being ever mindful of our environmental responsibilities, ensuring a harmonious coexistence with wildlife for generations to come. If you have any questions, let us know. If you have any comments, leave them below. If you'd like to hire us, you can get more information by visiting aerialnorthwest.com. Be smart, safe, and fly responsibly.